This is a flamethrower signature stack burger from Dairy Queen. It costs about $8. It's got jalapeno bacon, a couple slices of cheese, lettuce, tomato, and then also what they call 100% seasoned real beef patties. Not 100% real beef patties that are seasoned, 100% seasoned real beef patties, which feels like either a misprint or it was very carefully worded by a lawyer. It's also got something on here called flamethrower sauce, and this burger is not new or anything. I actually remember the commercials for this sauce back when it came out, like 20 years ago. Sounds promising. So if it's not new, why am I doing this now? And it's because it's gonna make one person very excited, because someone named PK Tommy 1 has asked for this a lot. And for those of you who've been around for a little bit, you know that I love getting the requests. And for you guys, I have something at the end of this video just kind of explaining a couple of different things. But for anybody who just wants to see the burger, you can skip that. But given her enthusiasm, I figured that this should definitely be the first thing that I tried once I started making these again. But I don't want to. Bit of an interesting relationship with Dairy Queen. It seems like she and I are not thinking of the same place. She seems to think of it as a perfectly acceptable place to go to get things like food, whereas I think of it as a dirty place to go to punish yourself. And that feeling comes from way back in my childhood. I remember growing up in Florida, the few times that we did go to Dairy Queen, the walls were just completely covered in roaches. And to this day, whenever anybody suggests that we go to Dairy Queen, my first thought is f***ing why? And apparently that problem hasn't stopped.
In a special Dirty Dining report, our I-team uncovering inspectors shutting down Dairy Queen after finding dozens of roaches inside the soft-serve ice cream machine and inside the sugar candy box at the cake prep station.
Oh, not the sugar candy box at the cake prep station. So apparently it wasn't just my Dairy Queen. In South Florida, they found live roaches on the wall next to a non-working steam table, and in St. Augustine, they found live and dead roaches throughout the store. They shut it down for the night and reopened the next day, presumably after they asked the roaches politely but firmly to leave. And you might just be thinking that these are Florida problems, because frankly, what aren't? But when I was looking up reviews of my Dairy Queen right down the street, I found a guy named Daniel who said that he ordered a cake that said happy engagement on top, which is really nice. But when he got there, the cake was not finished, so they rushed to finish the cake and they gave it to him saying happy engagement, which is a joke that I could not have even thought of. But despite all of this, for you, PK Tommy 1, because you stuck around, I will go to Dairy Queen. And I will spend $7 on a fucking cheeseburger. Found another one. Went through the drive-thru last night and got a blizzard and found gnats in it, and you could see them everywhere in the store. 3 stars. So I already know that this thing is overpriced because everything in fast food is overpriced right now. I can't wrap my head around why it is that people keep going, but I have made a video about that probably 300 times. It may just be time for me to accept it, which is not really a skill of mine. But I think if I'm gonna keep making these, it's probably time for me to reset my expectations and change up my whole system, because it is unreasonable for me to expect things to be priced the way they were even 5 years ago. It may be time for me to just get over it. Maybe it's time for a new me. I definitely wouldn't say that it's not good, because it is It is good. It's got a decent amount of kick to it, especially for fast food. The bun is soft, the bacon's good. It would be one of the better $5 burgers in fast food, but a $5 burger for $8 is not great. 72. And I have been out of the game for a little while, and maybe that's why this feels particularly egregious to me, even though I am trying to be a brand new, more understanding, corporate-friendly Brian. But surely there is something out there that is still worth it. I just don't know what it is. I keep seeing those new dipping burritos from Taco Bell, and those look to me like they might be the biggest ripoff of all time. But maybe my journey for 2025 will be trying to find the things in fast food that are still worth it, and maybe I will just go completely broke in the process. But for you, PK Tommy 1, I am sorry that this video took me so long to make. I hope that it was worth the wait, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Unless you unsubscribed. If you're not still out there, then I wasted more of your time and all of your time and mine. So I think a lot of you already know that my primary day job is being a real estate agent. I only started doing videography in my free time to try to drive traffic to that real estate business. And then I suddenly, accidentally, found myself making several hundred videos about fast food. But then in 2023, I found myself with a lot of downtime because of the state of the real estate market. I had more time on my hands than I have ever wanted. And that did make it a lot easier for me to make more videos, but it started to take a little bit of a toll on me because, believe it or not, there's not a ton of money in telling people what you do or do not think about any given burrito in 60 seconds or less. But I would be lying if I said that I wasn't enjoying that more than maybe anything else in my life that I had ever applied myself to. And I think the main reason for that was the interactions with all of you. For whatever reason, my channel gets a disproportionate amount of engagement relative to the number of subscribers the channel has or views that any given video gets. And I like to think that that's because you can tell that I do care about you. But somewhere around my 375th video, I started to notice a problem emerging. There are only so many different ways that I can think of to say that fast food is a massive ripoff now and keep it interesting, not just for you, but for me. What I really wanted to do was make videos about local restaurants and the incredible people that make amazing food here, because fast food doesn't need my help, but they might. But there are two hurdles with those videos. The first is that they are much more time consuming, and the second is that potentially, definitely selfishly, there's just a much smaller audience for them outside of my local area. And let me tell you a secret. Anybody who sets up a camera to talk into it and then uploads it to the internet, they have a desperate need for attention. And I am no exception. I want to make videos that people watch. And I guess in my defense, I see it as a win-win. You get something that you hopefully enjoy, and I get to sit here and refresh my analytics page to determine my self-worth. But the main thing that has kept me from posting for the better part of a year is that I talked myself into a second full-time job doing videography marketing for this company, which means I have a standing appointment on Thursday to shoot a radio show, and then I edit it on Fridays down into little snippets for TikTok. And then right when I talked myself into that job, real estate started picking up, and now I'm drowning. And given how 2023 went or did not go for me, I am not complaining about being busy, but it has left me with very little time to make these videos for you all. But this year, I'm going to make every effort to start doing this again. I don't know that I'm going to do the shorts like I used to do them, but I am still going to do the local restaurant videos because I like them, and I'm going to do the fast food videos because people watch them. But you might also see some videos about other things that are interesting to me, local businesses or charities or a cool bird I saw. I don't know. I also have an idea to make videos about local neighborhoods or areas of town where I've developed stories over the last quarter of a century living here. And yes, those will be a transparent effort to drive SEO to my real estate business. So you could either watch them or not watch them. Frankly, I'm surprised anyone is watching this right this second. But all I know is there are 11 months left in 2025, and it's time for me to do something. And I wanted you to know that I missed you. And, you know,